Hello everyone, Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a yard tour. It's been a while. If I can figure out how, I'm going to try to attach a video of what it looked like in May, and then what it looks like. I mean, you'll see what it looks like now, obviously. So this is our pond. Everywhere that you see kind of like that green, that is plants covering the pond. There's one tiny little spot. It's maybe, I don't know, 3 feet by 5 feet that we can see the fish, but otherwise it's overgrown with it's mostly water hyacinth, which are pretty, but they're kind of taking over. So now I'm going to walk down the stairs and hopefully I won't jiggle you too much. So yeah, the whole yard is just completely crazy overgrown, but it looks very pretty. So here's some zinnias in a pot. They're kind of getting well worn as the summer goes on, and same with our nasturtiums. And then here's the pond. Here's a big fish. This is our one little spot. The rest of this is just covered in plants. So the water lilies and the lily pads, those grow back every year. And this plant over here, I don't know what it's called, but it also grows back every year. The water hyacinths actually die, and then my husband buys more. But hopefully you can see the fish. I can't, it's hard for me to see because there's a lot of glare on the screen because it's very sunny today. It's actually going to be warm. It's been a while since we've had warm weather. It's been pretty chilly, but it's going to get hot in the 80s for the next few days. And here's our crepe myrtle. Beautiful, blooming, gorgeous. I'm going to pause because we have a plane going over. I don't know what this purple flower is called. I do notice that we have a lot of bees in our yard now. It took a long time for them to come back. For some reason they stopped coming to our yard, and we think it's because our neighbors a few houses away sprayed some pesticide, and I think that got rid of them for a while. But this one here, this bigger shrub, that's a Lavaterra, and that is not blooming as profusely as it usually does. But it looks like there's still a bunch of buds on it, so I don't know if I'll get to another video out here before the heavy fall sets in. So let's just walk this way. And this is our fire pit. We haven't done a fire pit because it's the last couple of weekends it's been raining and cold. But we will. Probably this weekend. It's Thursday before Labor Day weekend. And we have no plans, so that will be nice. So let's just keep going. So we have climbing roses. They're getting pretty tall. The idea is for the climbing roses to grow and cover the top of the pergola that we have. Right now we have just a sunscreen on it, but hopefully in a couple years the roses will grow and cover the top, and that will be nice. And these are, I should have said about the zinnias too. The zinnias and the nasturtiums, both grown from seed, and the same with these marigolds, grown from seed, started in our greenhouse. And that's some ornamental garlic. and then a very pretty clematis. And so many tomatoes, you all, and peppers. So can you see there's pepper there. My husband's already made a few batches of his pico de gallo, which I love, and he's made it with peppers and tomatoes that we have grown. Next year we'll try to plant some onions, but we didn't do that this year. There's only really so much space, although he did overplant the tomatoes. I don't really want to walk. Our little steps are covered with bark, and I actually have I have my fall cozy socks on because it's been really cold in the mornings. But you can see the tomato plant there. I believe that's a cornflower, the purple. And look at that pumpkin. I don't know if I'm going to try zooming in. Should work. Look at that pumpkin. That pumpkin has got to probably weigh 30 or 40 pounds. It's huge. We have about 4 that are that size, and we basically grew them for our neighbor so she could carve them. So that's pretty fun. And then more tomatoes, verbena right there. More nasturtiums going crazy. They're so, oops, I'm gonna take it off of Zoom. So we have the nasturtiums are up against our greenhouse, and they're not blooming as profusely because they don't get as much sun, but they're very pretty. The foliage is just gorgeous. And here's another climbing rose. We have 4 posts on the pergola that are growing up. And then we have our raised beds, which again this year got totally out of control. We planted corn in them. The corn in the raised beds was not a success. So few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had a big windstorm with hail and heavy rain, and it just knocked over all of the corn. We have more corn that's planted back behind the greenhouse. I don't know if you can see it up above the top. It is so tall. It must be 20 feet tall. I don't know if corn's supposed to get that tall. But anyway, my husband tested one of the ears about a week ago, and they're full of corn. It wasn't quite ripe yet, but we're pretty excited. Even though in the raised bed it was not a success, we know for next year not to do that. So, and look at these peppers. Jalapenos. So good, so fun. It's just amazing to eat the food that we grow. It's just very, oh, you can see one of the ears of corn right here. My husband's just leaving these for right now. Look at that. Look at that corn. There's another one right there. So maybe we'll be able to salvage some of the corn. I am gonna try freezing some of it. But there it is. So we found out that each one of these hairs, or silks, I guess they're called, attaches to a kernel of corn. So when you have a lot of silk like that coming out of your corn, it means that you have a cob that's loaded with it. So that's kind of exciting. And so that's mostly our yard this year. It's very green, very lush. My husband takes great care of it. He's having surgery next week. So I will need to be taking care of him. And I still don't have the strength or the capability or the desire, quite honestly, to take care of the yard, so we're going to have to hire someone while he recovers. He won't be able to really do any like yard work or heavy lifting type stuff for at least 4 to 6 weeks. So we're going to have to, we don't usually have the gardeners do our yard. Sorry, plane. We don't usually have the gardeners do our yard because my husband loves to do it. But while he's convalescing, we'll have to have someone do it for us. So that's it. That's our yard. Just gonna do a 360 for you so you can get an overview. It's not a huge yard, but we've made the most of the space that we have. And it's very pleasant out here. And I do love sitting out here. And then next year we'll have a lot more flowers, a lot more diversity in the flowers because I'll be handling the flowers next year. And my husband's just, he's good at the veggies, but not super knowledgeable with the flowers. Okay, so have a great day, everyone. Have a great weekend coming up, and be good to yourself and be good to each other. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
These rocks that have fallen down over the years. I don't know how this happens. Oh, are you recording?
Yeah. What do you want to show me?
Tucker's very concerned.
Yeah, Tucker's like, what the heck?
Don't step on the fish.
I'm sure the fish are swam away. What is it?